Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nightmare Toys podcast. I am Brian.
And I'm Christy.
And we made it to 100.
We did! It's our 100th
100.
episode! Woohoo! Yay!
And it's fitting that it's our Thanksgiving episode.
And it's our Thanksgiving episode. You are correct, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Stupid puppet turkey, I love it.
Right. We'll talk about that. But what are we talking about?
We are talking about Eli Roth's new movie, Thanksgiving.
Yes. Thank you to Eli Roth for making this.
Yes.
Right?
Took him, how long was it? 16 years?
Yeah, it was 2007.
So,
yeah.
16 years. Yeah, that's a long time.
And we got the trampoline scene. Just saying.
Well, not the trampoline scene we all wanted, but it was a good enough trampoline scene.
Yes, there you go.
I was saying we got the parade scene.
The parade, which to me was very, I know what you did last summer.
Yes. Yeah, it has a very strong 90s feel, which is weird because like the trailer was 70s style, but it looked like an 80s slasher, and then what we actually got was like a 90s slasher.
I think it's 80s.
It kind of had like the Scream vibe mixed with...
It did have Scream vibe. I
know what you did last summer.
It had the formula of Scream.
Yeah, it definitely
did. Just saying.
I was even the poster had 90s vibes.
See, and everybody to me is saying 80s.
I don't know. It was like
you're the only person I've seen or heard.
I guess it's
90s.
not full 90s vibe because it didn't have the cast on it.
But I do kind of agree with you, though, because as we've discussed, it does have a little Scream feel. I know what you did last summer feel. So, yeah. So I'm thinking 80s and 90s feel to it. Let's just say that.
I'll go
with
that.
Both. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
It had elements of both. So I think before we really get started, I mean, it was great. I loved it.
It was so much better than I had hoped for.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping it was going to be good. You know me, I love the slashers, so I was ready for this.
I know, but like I was ready for it when it was attached to Grindhouse. And,
well, yeah.
And then the Weinsteins were like, yeah, we're going to pass.
Yeah.
But then, they finally got made through another company, and Eli delivered.
Yeah, he did.
And it's definitely Eli's movie, which you could tell from the blood and gore.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. And like I would say like his type of humor, too.
Yeah.
In a way,
Yeah, it had like the tongue-in-cheek humor.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, I love Hostel, which to me that doesn't have a humor to it. Maybe just the way people act with the way they're doing things is humorous, but it's not really... But Cabin Fever had some humor.
Cabin Fever had a lot of the humor.
Yeah, the humor in it is what I'm trying to say. So
and I would say the Green Inferno also had humor to it.
Do you know that I only watched some of that movie, so I've not seen all of that one, so I can't really talk about that one because I'm not sure.
You've never seen Green Inferno?
I watched some of it, but I wasn't into it that much, so I turned it off.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I guess 'cause everyone compares it to Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Which it is. It's his Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, and I have seen that, so yeah.
But he also tries to do it like his way.
Right.
So
I probably need to just go back and try it again. But yeah, that one I can't assess because I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah. I've always been a big Hostel fan. I love the Hostel movies. So I've always liked Eli Roth. Some people have a problem with him. I don't know.
I like his movies. I like his acting too.
Yeah.
Like Inglourious Bastards, and then he was the Aftershock movie he did about the earthquakes in Chile. That was really good.
But back to Thanksgiving though.
Thanksgiving. So we're going to try not to spoil this as best as we can.
We'll just give him a short little synopsis of what it's kind of about, though.
Okay, so essentially a group of friends, the typical teenage kids that think they could kind of do whatever they want, end up going into one of their father's stores on Black Friday. They cause a riot. People get maimed and murdered.
But it's not Black Friday, it's Thanksgiving.
Well, Black Friday sale.
Right, but it's Thanksgiving.
Well,
the whole point is that they're doing that on Thanksgiving. They shouldn't be open on Thanksgiving. That's
they shouldn't be, but I mean that's kind of how society is.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Growing up for me, like I remember, like my mom would go out at 3 a.m. because that's when stores had opened, and somehow they've gradually keep getting earlier and earlier. Like it was midnight, 8 p.m. now, some of them are 3 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Some have their sales. Well, today, all of them have their sales going all month long.
Oh, yeah.
Just trying to get whatever they can out of it.
Right. But I'm just saying for this movie, though, like, it's because
it
they
is
open
on
on Thanksgiving. And
yeah.
so that's, like, part of the problem in this movie.
Because no store should be open on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
Ever.
And the campiness, I think, is when the customers are coming in, and it's just like the way people are acting. It's like, oh my God, it's totally not going to want to make you shop until after the whole weekend is done.
And it's over the dumbest thing. It's over a waffle iron.
Yeah, they get a free waffle iron.
Like, of all the things to choose, it was a waffle iron.
Oh, it's funny. But it's funny, though. Kind of.
So then you said, you go a year forward to where it's the anniversary of it, and they're deciding whether or not the store should be open or not. And then that's when John Carver, who is the founder of the Plymouth, goes around and starts killing people in very interesting ways.
Yes. Well, somebody in a John Carver mask, yes.
John Carver mask.
They have John Carver masks. But yeah. And then it's just like
from there, it's your 90s horror film.
Yes. Yeah,
your...
basically. It's kind of like, okay, so who is doing this? You kind of think somebody at one point, and another point you think somebody else. And then you finally found out who it is. And yeah.
I knew who it was the entire time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I was thinking other people at first, so.
No, because... And Sally, this is what doing classes on Hitchcock does for you. You learn the psychological standpoints of all these horror films, and you could pinpoint who it is very easily.
Right.
Which is a burden and a curse now for me.
I kind of thought, but I didn't want it to be. But then it was, so I was like,
because they had set it up with the red herring style, and I'm like, no. And then they reveal, I'm like, yeah.
But the gore and all the kills and everything were excellent. That was very like 80s and stuff to me.
Oh yeah,
all that was.
The I have to say probably my favorite kill of the movie was the table saw.
Okay.
Just because it was the more gruesome one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. Some of them were, mine was because some of them were kind of Thanksgiving food related in a way, and that was the humor of the kill. So mine was the one, and I don't want to say the whole thing, is the one with the corn cob picks.
But see, my issue with
that was literal.
my issue with that though is they had shown that in the trailer, so I already knew it was coming.
Oh, see, I don't watch trailers very much, so unless I just want to. I didn't see that though.
Yeah, and that's kind of the issue with a lot of these horror film trailers now is they'll show you stuff ahead, and it kind of takes away the shock factor.
Oh, well, see, I didn't pay any attention to that, so I liked that one. I thought that was funny because it's literal.
That in the oven.
Well, yeah, in the oven.
Which was also in the trailer.
And I also got... There's a part when there's cops and a SWAT team coming in, and they thought one thing, but really they're somewhere else. That was very Jigsaw-ish.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was very Jigsaw-ish in that moment of the movie. I was thinking that. I was like, oh, was that not? Right?
Oh yeah.
Did you get that? I
mean,
that's
with the
thinking.
whole pings and everything.
Yeah, and then they thought they were going to the right place, but they really weren't, and somewhere else. Just like how Jigsaw does, So yeah, I kind of was thinking that, and then it was a whole SWAT team too, and that's how it was in the. It was
multiple
movie.
SWAT teams.
Yeah, it was SWAT teams. So yeah, so I kind of got a little Jigsaw moment in that part of the movie. Yeah, it was a lot of elements of a lot of different movies, in my opinion, wrapped up into one, but still kind of in its way still being its own thing though.
Yeah, I will give them that respect. They made it's a slasher now to where it's up there with Halloween. It's up there.
I think so. And it's just going to be a staple for all of us to watch for Thanksgiving. And it had always been Blood Rage, but I think this might replace Blood Rage. Not that everybody's not going to watch Blood Rage, but I think that Thanksgiving will probably be
it'll be the go-to
number one go-to for Thanksgiving though now. And then we watch Blood Rage. Right?
Yep.
Well, what do you rate it?
I'm giving it an 8.
An 8?
Just because for me the ending was predictable,
Okay.
and then I was kind of sad that there was no boobs. Like they had the chance.
They were not.
and they didn't go through with it.
That would have made it a little more 80s. You are correct on that.
Yeah.
I do want to say I really loved our sexiest man alive right now, Patrick Dempsey. I loved him in this.
It was good to see him in a horror film.
It
again.
really was. I really enjoyed him in this. So,
And then
he was really good.
I really liked Nell, who is the daughter of the store owner. She was in a show called Big Shot on Disney.
Oh, okay.
That was about a girls' basketball team, and John Stamos was their coach.
Oh.
And it was good to see her kind of in something else, because the show got canceled like in their purge that Disney was doing.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And
Yeah,
it was sad
I
because
liked her a lot.
I think she's going to be a talent that we'll be seeing a lot more of here in the future.
Well, I guess we'll find out. But
So-
yeah, I give it like 8.5, 9 for me, and that's because just my love of slashers and stuff. So I thought this was really good, a really good slasher that's come out in a long time, in my opinion,
I would say so. Yeah,
of this nature of slasher film.
the holiday slashers.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of, I have my Fright Rags baseball tee on today. What do you have on?
I have my trick or treat motherfucker Halloween shirt. Every day is Halloween here.
There you go. Well, I mean, Thanksgiving, like we said earlier, gobble gobble, motherfucker, right? He says that. Let's talk about that for a minute. Thanksgiving. I know we both watched that. That's usually everybody's kind of staple, fun, raunchy redneck movie is what I call it.
It definitely is.
Is it not?
It definitely is.
Okay. And, I'm always not into the comedy ones, and you would think I probably wouldn't like this, but I do. I mean, I think it's funny and cute, and the kills are really cool and funny at the same time, and I do like it. I don't like the next one, though.
The third one.
The third one, I don't like that one, though.
Because the
I
whole
can't
joke
sit through
is
that
they
one.
didn't make the second one.
Right. Yeah, I try. And I never can make it through that one.
The first one is like one of those, it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
To
it
where,
is.
like, a lot of it, you're just like, well, they can't be that stupid, but
But yeah.
they are.
But it
And-
is funny. It's
and
just
it's
like,
fun.
oh, man. Gravy flavored condoms.
Well, not only that.
Come
I mean,
on.
the turkey wearing the father's face and the
Yeah.
daughter thinking it's the father.
Yeah. It's real raunchy. I mean, you start off with the boobs in this
Yep.
one, Brian. And it's the same thing in the next one, too. They both start off with right there. in the
They know
screen.
what brings people in.
It's funny, I guess so. But no, that's a fun one to watch. I know everybody likes to watch that one. But does everybody like the third one or second one or whatever you want to call it?
Technically, it's the second
Right.
one.
Do you like it?
But not as much as the first.
Because it's really different.
It's very different. It's more of a sci-fi movie than the horror comedy that the
It's
first
like
one was.
puppets and like really
Yeah.
a bunch of weird puppets. I don't know. It's like Sesame Street gone wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. It wasn't their best effort.
No. And then, of course, Blood Rage.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. We've talked about this before. Last year we talked about Pilgrim, which is on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a few people ask me if I've seen that, and everybody seems to like that one. That's a good one. So if you haven't seen Pilgrim, that's on Hulu. We like
Yeah,
that
I
one.
would say, honestly, I would do Pilgrim and Thanksgiving as like a double feature.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think so.
That's a fun double feature.
Yeah. And then Christy, we talked about that last year too.
Mhm.
I was trying to look up to see everything that we did talk about last year. But Christy, spelt like my name, it's a Thanksgiving movie. Go check it out. And then I told you to watch The Last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know why you told me to do that because it was horrible. it was garbage, Christy. Garbage.
Look, stop. It is on Tubi, but I think it's on a couple other things though. I watched it on
I
Tubi.
think it's on like any free streaming site.
Yeah. And I forgot that I had this. It came in the horror pack. It's okay. It is what it is.
Dumpster fire.
Stop. But I will tell you this. Okay, so when I posted movies that I have watched this week and that I was going to review, a lot of people have taken me up on the movies and watched all these different movies. And yes, everybody that has messaged me back about this one didn't really like it very much. They're pretty much saying what you're saying. It's a Thanksgiving movie though. It's a cannibalistic family, and they go and raid a restaurant because they're open on Thanksgiving. Just like the store in Thanksgiving. So it was, although there's nothing cannibalistic about Thanksgiving, but in that retrospect of the story, it's like a cheap version.
Technically, there was.
Was there?
The dinner scene in the Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
This is true. Technically, kind of.
Kind of.
But this was actually about a whole
that
thing
one's
that actually like
full-fledged.
cook and eat everything. The acting wasn't great. I think the premise of it was good. I like the idea of it.
The special effects weren't all that good.
Some of it was okay. Yeah. What did I write down? I wrote notes on this one. What did I write down, Brian? Hold on.
I don't know. Obviously, you didn't write down dumpster fire because that's what it is.
I love you. No, I did not. Well, I did give it a 5. Linnea Quigley's in it, so if you're a fan of Linnea Quigley, she's in it. She plays like the only person to come into the restaurant on Thanksgiving. So, but yeah, the cannibalistic family takes over and then shit happens. It's kind of pretty much what the movie's about, right?
Yep.
The line of Meals on Wheels was a little funny.
You got crickets here, Christy. Crickets.
Sorry. I thought the Pilgrim Mask was cool.
All right, the Pilgrim Mask was cool, but the Pilgrim Mask in Thanksgiving is better.
Well, that's John Carver mask. Well, this was like an actual, just a pilgrim, like.
They're all
mask.
the same.
Okay, and then there was a death in there that I did like, because I wrote that down. Death by whisk in the eye.
Okay.
That was funny.
I will give you that.
That was good.
That was
That was
pretty
good.
brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal. Good effects, and that was kind of funny, too, at the same time. It's a whisk. Never thought of using a whisk to kill somebody, but yeah. Yep. It was all right. It's another Thanksgiving movie, y'all. We didn't have very many, and now here we all of a sudden we have a whole bunch. And what was the other movie? Oh, Derelicts.
Derelicts, yeah.
Yeah. Are we saying that right? No. We're not saying that right.
Derelicts.
Derelict. There you go.
That one was better than the last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and a lot of people did say they did like that one better than that. So yeah.
So yeah, so that one had like a House of Thousand Corpse feel mixed with Texas Chainsaw, mixed with Hills of Eyes.
Yeah, that was basically another family, which seemed to me like a cheaper version of the Driftwoods. They were like a cheaper version of Devil Rejects family, and it's a home invasion movie. They invaded somebody on their Thanksgiving,
yeah.
but what I liked though is that as they're being mean to them and offing them and whatever, they're torturing them and whatever they're doing to them, the family, secrets and other things get revealed about the family though too at the same time. That makes it a little more interesting.
I don't know. I think that movie had a better kill than the last Thanksgiving, to where it was very reminiscent of Saw X, to where the son has eyeball sucked right out.
But with what though?
With a penis pump.
Yes, it sure does. It's funny.
It was so bad. So my only thing is I don't understand.
Everybody's like, why is there a penis pump in a Thanksgiving movie? Well, you got to watch it to find out.
Well, yeah. So Christy tells me to watch this movie. She did not warn me about the old people having sex in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That woke up the entire house.
Yeah. Yep. Right. This movie
right there.
I think this is the very first movie where it starts off with old people getting at it.
Yep.
Like very old.
So I did notice though that the company that released it are the ones behind the Hell House LLC movies.
Oh, okay.
So maybe
there you go.
Yeah. So I guess they had a better
decent
production.
I mean, it's another like 5 out of 10 movie for me. But I mean, it's another Thanksgiving movie, whatever. And that came out a few years ago.
2019.
Yeah, 18 or 19. That one came out, and I just haven't seen it until now, though.
I never even heard of it until you. So
yeah, I don't know. It's on Tubi, like everything else.
Like everything else, except Thanksgiving. Go see that in theaters.
Yes, that's in theaters. When will that be streaming? Do we know?
Do
you think they'll stream it before Christmas or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Knowing the module, it'll probably be like Christmas Eve when they put it out.
Yeah, probably. Well, okay. Well, let's move on. So Thanksgiving sales, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. We've got all that going on, right?
We do. It's so many sales.
Yeah. So like a lot of things are 15% off like normal, but there's also a lot of other things that have their own sale that or whatever too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things with different sales going on. And we've got some Funko Pops for like $5 and stuff like that. So everything online and in store, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on sale.
Correct.
So
I was and then I did just add autographs, and the shoes will be 20% off just for Black Friday itself.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool.
Today.
Awesome. Hell yeah. And then we just got in these two new products, which is great. I love both of these.
I like the Ghostface one. It's still weird he's holding a pumpkin. Not the icon of Halloween to me.
Right?
But,
no, I do agree with that assessment, but okay.
But it's still really cool.
Yeah. And these just came out from NECA and then the Annabelle. You know I love Annabelle, so I like both of them. Looks like she's sitting.
Yeah, she's sitting in her chair.
Yeah. So, and are they bobbleheads?
Yeah, they're bobbleheads.
Yeah, bobbleheads. Cool. How much are these?
They are $45.99.
And these will be, what, 15% off maybe, or what?
Yeah, they'll be 15%
They'll be 15% off for the sales. So, brand new. Get you one of those. Those are really cool.
I will say these Ghostface ones, there are only 5 of. So...
Oh, there's only a few.
There's only a few of them. So
okay.
So these are going to go fast.
Yeah, definitely. And then I wanted to show off some Lord Grimley's masks.
These are so cool. We had these last year.
Yeah, we had them last year, but they're holiday masks, and I just kind of wanted to show them off, and they'll be on sale too. And you've got the Nutcracker, the Bloody Santa, and the
Frosty.
The Bloody Frosty. And I just think those are really cool masks. I love the holiday horror stuff.
Yeah, but they're really fun. They're not the easiest to see out of, but they're cool as display pieces if you can display them.
I mean, you can make a really cool character out of that, though. Out of any of those, all 3 of them, some kind of really cool, different type of cosplay, your own type of character. I think. Yeah, I really love those. Yeah, I just wanted to show those off for some holiday items that will be on sale too. Anything else we want to add, or is that it?
Go see Thanksgiving.
Yep.
I will say I want them to make the mask.
I believe
I guess at this point I feel like Trick or Treat Studios would be the only one I could trust to make it.
I believe somebody will do that.
Like, because you had the normal mask, but then you had the mask that was all burned off from when he had it on the stove.
Right.
So I think that would be really cool to have them both. Like, they have the figures coming out from NECA, which all those look amazing.
And those are all exclusive to NECA, so we are not able to carry those in the store.
Yeah.
Before anybody asks.
Sadly. But I'm really hoping we get more out of it. I hope this doesn't become like the next My Bloody Valentine, to where they leave it open and we don't get anything.
Right? No, I agree. You know,
and it doesn't even have to be a direct sequel. Like something like this, you could just treat it like Halloween, just new characters every single movie.
Or treat it like Scream.
We're not going there, Christy. We're not going there.
Not going there.
Not
oh
going
no.
There. Not going there.
Okay. All right. I just want it to be its own thing. How about that?
That's fine. So you just want you want one and done? Like that's all you want?
No, I mean I wouldn't mind another one, but just do its own thing. Don't try to be like other movies. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's how I really want it to be. But yeah, I wouldn't mind another one. I really had fun with this. I'm so glad I loved it. I knew I would.
I was iffy because of how long it took them to make it. And then I always get let down by these, to where I wait so long and I'm like, it doesn't live up to it. This one lived up to it.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. I want to watch it again.
I may go see it again. I probably will go see it again because there's nothing horror-wise now for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to review next week.
Theatrical-wise, there's nothing.
What are we going to review next week, Brian? We haven't decided because I don't know what's coming out right now until all the Christmas stuff starts coming out.
I have no idea.
We'll figure that out later, y'all, and we'll tell y'all later.
You want to do Secret Santa? Or we already talked about that.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
To be determined.
Yeah, to be determined, y'all. All right, we got to go. So, happy Thanksgiving, or we hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Hope y'all didn't burn down your houses with your deep fried turkeys and everything. Or hams. We had ham. So
there you go. All right. We'll see y'all next week.